was speculating about like who is this person. She's got to be like Luke Skywalker's daughter or something, right? The entire first movie they're all speculating, but then the moment they're like, well, yeah, okay, so she's a Skywalker, you're like, no, she can't be. Just realized my mic was like unmuted that whole time. She probably heard me choking up a storm over here. Good thing I didn't say anything out loud, right? Hi, good morning. I was just sitting here in complete silence. Good morning, how's it going? It is Friday. Just one little choke? Okay, good. Well, I have news about the choke. Sounds weird. What happened to the music? It was about to go like really epic. What happened? Oh, there it is. Okay. I have news about my nose. First off, before we get to that, before we get to this riveting content this morning, I would like to say congratulations to Clumsy for becoming the Phantom Menace for the 49th time, one more from 50. I really need to put some thought into the game. I say this like every time and then I never do it. So I'm just going to stop. I'm going to stop talking about it. Okay? Until I actually do it. I will announce it. I'll roll it out slowly. Nobody will be surprised by it. But it'll be fun. And good morning also to Lars. You thought it was Saturday? I wish. We'd be playing Path of the Jedi right now. But no, we got another day. Another day. And then good morning to Ursa. Hey, how's it going? How you doing? Happy Friday. Okay, so I forgot to put anything on the screen behind me. Failing a lot this morning. I got to Googling yesterday about my constant throat clearing because of like this post-nasal drip. That's what I learned that it means, post-nasal drip. It's not allergy related because I have this year round. Well, not seasonal allergy related, let's say that, because I have it year round. And it seems to be worse in the mornings after I get up. It doesn't seem as bad later on in the day, but sometimes. Usually it's just in the morning. So I Googled all those symptoms, right? I didn't talk to a doctor or anything. I just hit Google, as you do in America. And yeah, I learned a little bit about post-nasal drip and how that can be chronic post-nasal drip, which is most likely the symptoms I have. You shouldn't do what I'm doing, though. You should talk to a doctor, okay? This is not medical advice. Good morning, Blue. This is not medical advice. You should definitely talk to your doctor. But some of the people in this thread were talking about how azalistine was really helping them with this same issue. And I was like, why does that sound so familiar? And I went into my bathroom. It's because I have some already. My wife can have fairly bad allergies. So we have a wide variety of allergy medication around our house. I've never had a huge issue with it. But when I tell you, this is not an ad. This is not a sponsor. I'm not sponsoring this at all, okay? I don't know why the music just stopped, but I'm not sponsoring this, okay? But when I tell you that I took this yesterday for the first time, shortly after the stream yesterday morning, sprayed this up my nostril. It was probably before 10 a.m. Sprayed that right up my nostrils. And it burned to no end. It burned and burned and burned. And my nose got all tingly and I had to sneeze. But I knew I was like, I gotta keep that medicine in that nose for as long as possible. So I waited it out. And when it stopped tingling and all that, I started blowing my nose. And when I tell you the chunks of phlegm that came out, it's disgusting even to describe. It's gross. Like I blew my nose and it was just snot after snot after snot. But after that, when I went, I can feel the air hitting the back of my throat now. The air, nothing else. And usually when I breathe in like that, you can kind of hear a little bit of a, what do you call it? It's not a whistle, but like where the air hits like the for lack of a better word, the boogers in your nose, and it kind of makes that little sound. I didn't hear that at all. I could just breathe and feel it like filling up my lungs. It was like clear for the first time in my life. I could smell like everything. So I went and told my wife about it, and she's like, yeah, okay. I was so excited. Like, I could smell everything. And so I used it this morning now before the stream, about 30-ish minutes ago. And I just I put one shot up each nose, blew out all the junk. And I don't feel that need. There's still some psychological stuff going on there where I'm like, do I need to clear my throat? No, I'm fine. But my sinuses feel clear for like the first time. One other problem that happened is at about 2 to 3 o'clock, somewhere around there, I started getting so incredibly tired. It made me very lethargic and very tired, which is a side effect of this. I've been told that should go away after a little while, after like getting used to it, but I don't know. So there's a little throat clear, but that's much better, right? A little throat clear. That's fine. So, long story short, I can breathe now. I still have to work on the whole throat clearing thing, but I think that this is going to be helpful. If it continues to make me drowsy in the afternoons, I can't take it though. So maybe I'll try a different one at that point. But this one, man, it makes me feel like really good shortly after taking it. It just feels like it clears everything out. So anyway, that's my story. How are you guys doing? That's what I've been up to. I've been Googling symptoms and self-diagnosing and taking medication. But you should talk to your doctor before doing any of that, okay? To be fair, I should do that too, but you know. Blue, how's it going? How's your Friday so far? Today I do have the random topic wheel. However, I thought we'd talk a little bit about Move Arch, since this is probably the last Friday stream in March. Tomorrow we'll be doing Minecraft and Path of the Jedi. So this is the last one in March. See, I thought I needed to do it there, but then I just cleared my throat and there was no phlegm. It's pretty nice. So yes, last Friday stream of March, you'll notice I am sitting down. I was going to do the stair stepper again one more time, but I got to tell you, my legs are kind of in pain right now. I've been working out a lot more the past week. I've been back to my weightlifting regimen, which includes a leg day, or includes most days leg workouts. And my knees and my ankles were feeling a little iffy this morning. And I didn't want to push it because I have a workout later today. So I didn't want to push it too hard. I wanted to make sure that I didn't hurt myself, especially live on stream. So I figured we'd give us a rest day because we've been doing so well this month, right? Right, everybody? Right, everybody? Let me check my my movement. Again, Move Arch was just about having extra movement in your month. It wasn't about you having to get in a certain amount of exercises or anything like that. I gave myself the goal of at least 5,000 steps per day. And most days I'm happy to report that I blew that out of the water. For real. And then most days like this week, I'm having anywhere between 40 minutes to, do you see that? The exercise minutes right there? I burned 1,100 calories on Wednesday because I've still been doing a little bit of like yoga in the morning. And then I've been doing a little bit of VR, like at certain points during the day when I just want to move a little bit. And that might also be the day that I think we took a walk. I think we took a walk at lunchtime as well with the wife. And then also still got in my workout. So pretty good. It's been a really, really good week. If I can keep this up for a significant portion of time, I'll be pretty happy about it. But yeah, I'm back to weightlifting a little bit. I really want to create some muscle to burn some of this fat, you know? I just got to burn some of this fat off. Good morning, Red. How you doing? Blue says, so far I can't complain. Good morning so far. Sounds like you're doing good too. I'm doing pretty good. Not too bad. How's everybody? Did anyone else put in an effort this month to get just a little bit more movement? Did you participate in Move Arch at all? It's okay if you didn't. It's fine if you didn't. Red is doing great. Lars did. I know Lars did. We saw Lars's progress in the Discord. Very happy about that. Get in your physio, right? Taking many more walks. Walks are incredible. I really do think eventually I'm going to get one of those walking pads. They've been really trying to sell them hard to me on TikTok. And I've been trying my best not to purchase anything from TikTok Shop. I don't think there's a problem with it per se, but it just feels like I'm going to unlock something bad, you know? And for the most part, guys, do your research. You can get a lot of that stuff on Amazon. I don't know if that's any better, but you know. And physio, though I did get effed up by some fatigue last week. That's gotta be the worst. When you like want to do something and then your body's just like, nah, you're gonna be tired now. You're gonna get some fatigue. Red, you did a little movement at work. Tell me more about that. What was that like? Also doing a ton of chores and crafts. Any kind of like getting up and moving around, I think is fine. Completely fine. That was the whole point. I know that I've gone more workout related, but it's because it's something I actually kind of like doing. Sorry, I got to title this. I actually like working out. When I finally get into the swing of things, when you get out of that phase of just soreness and pain and no results, and you start seeing little results here and there, then I get like really into it. So I'm trying to push past that initial time where I'm like, But also be nice to yourself. Take breaks if you need to, you know. It's usually during the last 30 minutes of work, but my ADHD is like, you got to get moving, brother. Yes. Yeah. That helped me a lot when back when I was actually in the office, was getting up and like walking around the building. That helped a lot too. And yeah, doing it for the last 30 minutes of work is like a great way to shorten your day, you know. To be fair, that's kind of what I've been doing, Red. I have been on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. I'm doing like weightlifting, like actual going out into the garage gym and doing a workout out there. And what I've been doing is typically I've been working till 5, but a lot of times that 4 to 5 o'clock hour is just so incredibly dead. I'm sort of like on call for that hour, although that is changing. I'll tell you more about that later. I'm sort of on call for like a couple emails and a couple things I might have to help people with that I can do in like 2 minutes typically. So I've been taking my work laptop out into the gym and just setting it up and occasionally moving the mouse so I don't go away, so people know that I'm there and available to help. And then if I get, you know, a request for something, I just quickly take a break, I do it, and then I get back to working out. So I've been able to take like the last hour of my work day and actually get in a workout. It's pretty nice. I won't have to do that going forward. Because I've negotiated a 4 o'clock stop time at work. So I shouldn't have to do that going forward unless someone else on the team needs to take PTO or wants an early release day that day. I told them just let me know so that I know, and then I'll be on call for it. So, but yeah, it's great to any way that you can incorporate like movement into a what is the word I'm looking for? What was powerful for me was incorporating a workout into my routine. And part of my routine for work is like really set, right? I know I have to get up at a certain time in order to get ready for work. I know that I have breaks at work. So working it into something that you know you're already going to do, I think is really powerful. You haven't been able to do crafting in a very long time. I'm pretty excited about that. This is completely unrelated, Lars. But that TikTok that you posted cracks me up every time. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry about it. It's funny. The elephant one. The elephant one is like really funny. And then the one with the this I am depressed and this is my lunch. I don't know why. That should be a sound. Like, that should be a sound. I'm surprised that didn't like go viral, to be completely honest with you. Because that should just be a sign. A trending sound or whatever you call it. Pretty great. Pretty great. Snail dinner. It's a snail dinner. It's funny. Anyway, sorry. Sidetrack, but I finally got to play Diablo for the first time yesterday. How is it? Are you liking it? I was considering playing it now that it's on Game Pass, and I might still eventually. But then I got caught up in Dragon's Dogma 2, and that's kind of what I've been doing on my spare time. Some little Dragony Dogma. The seconding. That was fully impromptu, and the part of things I'm able to do again. That's awesome. Yeah. I'm glad. I'm really glad that you're able to do more stuff like that. But yeah. So once you posted that, I went through your other ones, and the elephant one was mean, but very funny. Was mean of the app to do that to you, but very funny. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, check out Discord. Lars posted a link to a TikTok that they made. It's fun. Excited for the future again is great. I am hoping to get myself to that point. If I'm being completely honest with you, I'm in the phase of this where I'm like, it's daunting to think about the future. It's daunting to think about. I do want to be at the point where, like, if I can stick with something consistently for like a year or even 6 months. Let's start with 6 months. If I can stick with something consistently for 6 months, and I wake up at the end of that 6 months and I'm just in a much better spot physically, mentally, hopefully emotionally, all that stuff. I'm in a much better spot because I took the time to like do something about my body, right? I know that at the end of the 6 months I'm going to be like, I'm so glad that I stuck to it. But right now, at like the beginning or the tail, the very beginning phase of that, the only thought I can think of is like, it's so daunting to think about having to do this for so long. Like that I got to just like get such little increases over time. And I know that's how it works. That's how it works. That's how you change, is just like little changes throughout time for a long time. But I have to admit that I'm at the point right now where I'm just like, can I get to the reward bit? So I got to try to find the pleasure in the moment, right? So that's why I'm trying to do workouts that I enjoy. I'm trying to do, and I've always enjoyed lifting. I did it back years ago and was in so much better shape. And I enjoy doing the VR stuff too. Like that doesn't feel that much like a workout. It just feels like I'm getting in some extra movement, you know? So I'm trying to do things that I know I can continue to do. But I gotta say, it's daunting to think about. I'm also excited for the future, but also kind of like, I wish I could get myself out of this phase. I want to be in the phase where I like, boom, I saw some results and now I'm like super motivated to keep going. And I will, but I'm just being honest about where I am. You slept in so late, Ams. It is 6:49. Well, I don't know about your time zone, but yeah. But hey, get some sleep. It's okay. It's okay. I'll still be here. Let's see. So yeah, what have I mean, March has been really good, really productive for me. If I look back through all my activity dates, it's like almost every day outside of, I think I had decided 2 days where I didn't get my steps in or didn't get a workout in. 56 minutes, 59 minutes, 7,000 steps. I wish I could see this in a better way. Okay, there was a Saturday. Ooh, yeah, there was a Saturday where I missed it by like 200 steps. I think that was a pretty lazy Saturday. I'm not sure why it was so lazy, though. So there's one day, and then I think, was it this Tuesday? No, Tuesday? I got those. There's one day. I think it was 2 by my last count. No, I got it on a Sunday. So yeah, I think that's pretty good, right? Man, yeah, there's the other one. Again, it was by 200 steps. It's just me not paying attention towards the end of the day and going, oh, I should check and see where I'm at. So out of 2 days, everything was. Otherwise, I hit my goal every day for March. Outside of 2 days, okay? Okay. To be fair, my husband's alarm went off at 3 a.m. and he was already gone, so I was awake then. 3 a.m.? What does your husband do that he has to wake up so early? You also don't have to tell me if you don't want to. But like, holy cow, 3 a.m. You've probably already told me in the past too, but... Continuing stuff is getting easier, and big thanks to the community for it, to be honest. That's so cool. I love to hear that. I mean, I think it's been good for me. It's been good for me to like have some level of, this sounds really... This comes from my Christian background a little bit, okay? But this sounds like an accountability, right? It's nice to have the accountability of you all and know that, not that you're going to like give me a hard time or something for being human and messing up, because you all have never done that. But just that I want to make sure that if I'm an example to people, that like I'm a good example, including in my failure, including in being kind to myself when I have messed up. Being honest about it and being, you know, knowing that I'm just going to get right back up and start again, you know. That has been the hardest part of me for these challenge months, is that I set a challenge for myself, I set an intention, and then I just kind of, if I miss one, I feel really, really bad about it. But in all reality, if you mess up, you should just get back up again. But to me, it's like, well, I wanted to do it every day this month.
Hello there.
And I have to get over that. You know, Ayoko, and a bunch of numbers. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. A koi, like a koi fish, right? That's pretty cool. If I'm not saying that right, please correct me. But hello, good morning. He's a machinist that opens a shop. That's still super early though, isn't it? But what a cool Akio, not koi. Akio. Oh, why did I... I mean, I read it as two separate words, but then K-O-I, not K-I-O. Okay, anyway. Hello, welcome. Ad is coming in about 4 minutes. Thank you, BMO. I appreciate that. I told myself I was going to study over break and haven't at all. Uh-oh. What do you need to study for? Can we help you study? Is it science? Is it science? I have that problem too, though, where I'm like, I'm going to do so much work over my break. I'm going to read books. I'm going to do this, going to do that, and then I have no desire to do it. It is science. Okay. It is science. It's always science, isn't it? I have to take a college bio test so I can teach more classes in high school next year. Yikes. A college bio class. Like biology, right? What would college biology be? Here's Khan Academy. AP College Biology? Is it something like this? The structure of water and hydrogen bonding, the elements of life. This is actually kind of interesting. What's the elements of life? I really should do more Khan Academy stuff, right? The human body contains 65% oxygen, 18% carbon, 10% hydrogen, 3% nitrogen. That's a lot of percentages. Dang. I like how you can ask questions and people can answer too. Do y'all use Khan Academy at all? Do people like it? I started doing like a coding thing on Khan Academy at one point. That is the test. Okay. Banj is writing a biology paper right now. You guys can collaborate. That'd be so cool. Hi, Banj, by the way. I'm an earth science and physics person, so I like non-alive things. Like, would geology be under that too? Like rocks and whatnot? So this is a weak point for you is what you're saying, and that's why you have to learn about it so that you can teach more, right? Interesting that they have you learn about biology if that isn't like what you want to focus on, but I'm sure that everything is connected, right? So it's probably important for you to know these certain things because they are gonna link in some way. I have multiple rock collections in my office. That's cool. I used to collect rocks as a kid. I went through a geologist phase as a child. I was like, I want to be a geologist. I'm gonna collect rocks. Then I had a box of rocks under my bed for a couple years. That's about as far as my fixation with rocks went. All right. I think we're just about ready for the wheel, huh? Mine is on the link between brain-derived nootropic factor and hippocampal volume in depression. Wow. Neurotrophic. Neuro. I want to say neurotropic, but that's not it. Trophic. Hippocampal volume and depression. That's a cool thing to study, though. It'd be really good if we could learn more about our minds, you know? That would be very helpful. Okay, so this is nerdy. My mother-in-law gave me a mini microscope for my birthday on Wednesday, and I got slides ordered. That sounds cool. Lots of sand talk in geology. Really? Yeah, seeing things under a microscope is cool. We're gonna get Zeke a microscope, especially for school, because he's very interested in telescopes. So we told him about microscopes. That telescopes let you see out into space and far away, but a microscope will let you see little things really close up, and he got very excited about that. Also on Arrange Pro, I saw a TikTok that has a good decluttering guide, kind of. I linked it in the TikTok channel. Great point. Whoops, wrong thing. Thank you so much for bringing that up. I will take a look at that. In fact, maybe I'll take a look at it here in just a few minutes. But one of the things I wanted to say is as we go into Arrange Prill, now that Move Arch is done, as we go into Arrange Prill, I'm going to pull this up here real quick. For me, my focus is going to be on Lego. This right here needs to be all rearranged, resorted. These shelves are fine, but behind me is a closet that is kind of full of, it's basically where everything goes that I don't want you to see in here. Which honestly is kind of the point of a closet. So I'm not mad about that. However, I could use the extra storage space for more Lego. So there's a lot of stuff in there I'm going to get rid of. There's old boxes of devices that I really probably don't need to keep, but I just can't bring myself to get rid of. There's old mail in there. I have a filing cabinet in there with a ton of documents that I probably need to go through as well. A lot of which I need to keep and probably keep somewhere safer than where it currently is. But what I kind of want to do is get this to a point where I'll have some storage tubs on the bottom, but there are shelves in there. Much like these shelves here, there are shelves in there. And I would like to just use it as a second, like a second display. Open up those curtains during stream, maybe get some lights in there, and have some other sets and stuff displayed in there. Or if not, then at least open up some of the storage for this stuff to be used. And my end goal will be this cabinet, that closet. And in doing that, I'll probably have to do one of the closets upstairs and maybe even some work in our attic. But my goal is to get this collection in a way that I can actually build with it more. So hopefully by the end of April, I'll be able to do some more Lego mock building streams and not have to rely on having a new set to do Lego content. So that's my goal. That's what I want to do. Now for you, Arrange Pro can be anything. You know, it can just be about moving things around in your house, arranging, organizing. It's all about that, okay? So whatever you want to pick is fine. This one's going to be a far less physical month, which I think is great. I'm going to grab this link. A far less physical month, which I think is good because we've been putting a lot of emphasis on the physical for right now. There There we go. Sorry, I gotta verify with TikTok that I am a actual person, and we can watch this thing. Okay. Let me get caught up. Wait till you tell him about kaleidoscopes. His little mind will be blown. I love kaleidoscopes. I've always loved. My grandma had one at her house. I haven't thought about this in forever. She had one at her house in like this tub full of toys. And every time we'd go over to her house, we'd play with this tub of toys, and there was a kaleidoscope. And I just remember being so enthralled that I would just lay on my back and just like do this. Okay, wait. I would use the kaleidoscope for hours. Okay, that's all I'm trying to say. I'd look through it. I hear too, is it true that like when you get, I'm trying to think of a good way to put this. When you get affected by certain chemicals, that can sometimes create that effect, right? What is the word I'm looking for? Gosh, I can't think of the word now off the top. Anyway, I'll just drop it. I'll drop it right there. You know what I'm talking about. Zeke always sounds like a good kid. I'm so glad he's happy with you guys. He is really a good kid. He really is. I mean, he's not perfect. He's just like everybody, you know, but like we got so lucky with him. Like so lucky. So dare I say #blessed. Yeah, he's a good kid. He makes us want to have another. He was hard, but he makes us want to have another kid. And at the same time, not want another kid. Does that make sense? Because we're like, I don't know, that toddler phase, that 3-year-old phase was something else. I don't know. But yeah, doing acid, tripping balls. That's it. Thank you. No, what is it when you see the pattern and design in a kaleidoscope? There's a certain word for it, and I can't think of what it is now. You're excited to see the collection. I'm excited to show you all the closet. I'll probably take a before picture. There are a lot of documents in there that probably would dox me, so I don't think I could do anything live in the closet. But I can definitely show you my progress throughout. And throughout April, you might see there might be containers sitting out here. The office might not be as clean as I normally like it because I'm going to be pulling everything out of that closet. I was considering painting it as well because the wall behind it is a little, yeah. Are you thinking of synthesia? No, what is it called when you see they're geometric patterns. Geometric patterns. What's it called? Geometric patterns when you're high. I've never been high, so don't, whatever. They call it something. I always hear about people saying they see these geometric shapes and like, what is it called? There's a word I'm looking for and I cannot think of it. I'm sure that the mechanism is synthesia. I'm sure that you're right there, but there's a specific word that I'm thinking of. When I see these geometric, I'm going to see geometric patterns when I'm high. I got to know now. Visual hallucinations. A lot of people talk about how it makes them feel like the world is all connected. I can't think of it. Anyway, it's hardly important. It's hardly important. It's just stuck in my brain now, and you know how my brain is. I have to figure it out. No, I don't see them. I don't see them at all. I've just heard that people see them when they're on certain substances. I don't even remember how I got on this topic. I was talking about how good my kid is. No, not that. Not that. The Mandela effect? No. I'm gonna think of it shortly after the stream, and you'll see why it doesn't really matter. It's just a word that people use for when they see geometric shapes. They see, gosh, I cannot remember. Anyway, whatever. It was from my old Joe Rogan days, anyway. So, when he'd have people come on and talk about how high they got. You have them. If you close your eyes and rub them, you see, oh, I see that. Yeah, I can do that. Like if I close my eyes and do I see mostly spots and lines, like graph lines, kind of. Sometimes now I can't see. I'm certainly invested. Oh no, you're invested. It's gonna be so stupid. Okay, you know how in TV shows and stuff and people on podcasts explaining what their trip feels like, they always say that they see these patterns, these interconnected patterns that make people feel like all of the world is like connected in this web of like interconnectivity, and it's more like a feeling than anything else. But there's a word that they use, and every single one of them uses it, and I can't think of what the word is still. Who do you hang out with? No, I don't hang out with anyone. Nobody. You know me. Friends, what are those? Watch, it's going to be a word that doesn't really mean that. So now that's what I'm terrified of, Am. So maybe we'll drop it, okay? I'm terrified of that. Anyway, okay, let's do a random topic, okay? It'll come to me. It'll come to me. I know it will. I know it will. Let's go. Let's do a random topic, shall we? I made a few changes to the random topic wheel. From last week, I noticed that there were a lot of topics in here that were just a singular word. And a lot of them I looked at and I just think I really can't turn that into anything. That's not really a good conversation starter, right? So what I did is I went through the list of the 100 or so things, and I actually took out all of the like single word things, and I left in a lot of the questions, so that I think it'll be a much more engaging conversation than just a random question or a random word that then we have to be like, okay, how do we turn that into something? So now most of these are questions. There's a few I left in there for the lulz, but most of them are questions. Let's spin the Friday wheel. It's not holistic now. The wheel is spinning, and the topic is, do you usually achieve the goals you set? Why or why not? That fits so well with what we've been talking about currently. Do you usually achieve your goals, the goals you set? Why or why not? I feel like this is like what we were talking about earlier, right? The wheel knows all. The wheel is our God now. We will serve the wheel. The wheel predicts and the wheel directs. Blessed be the wheel. Do you usually achieve the goals you set? Why or why not? I think I've established that like goals are pretty hard for me. But I also think it might be the way that I set my own goals, and I'll get into that in just a second. Hey Coleman, how you doing? 20 years ago when I last tripped balls, I didn't get geometric patterns, but every time I looked at the mirror, my face would phase back and forth from normal to bright purple. Dang. I don't know. It just sounds cool to me. I don't think I'll ever do it, but I don't know. Coleman, what's up, Coleman? Your answer seems dumb. Am says my answer seems dumb. Why would it seem dumb? I have seen Coleman playing Stardew Valley a lot. I was on hell diving last night, and I see a little pop-up that says Coleman is playing Stardew Valley, and I didn't blame him at all because Stardew Valley is legit. A lot of people have been picking up Stardew Valley again. It's like it's having another era. Stardew never really goes away. It's always there. But then as soon as Concerned Ape rolls out an update, like people are like, yeah, I guess you could say I'm back. It's okay. I didn't ping you because I figured you were busy. I didn't want to interrupt the Stardew. Okay, so Am says, because lately, no, I'm not achieving goals, so I feel like a failure, and that makes me sad. I can relate to that. What are your goals, Ams? Like, what's a goal that you feel like you're failing at, if you don't mind sharing? I'm redoing Stardew. I also love that 1.6 update. Everybody likes it. Going for another perfection run. Dang. Oh, studying for that test. Yeah. That sounds like, is it procrastination, do you think? Do you work better under pressure? Do you want us to pressure you to go test? I mean, do you want us to like bug you all the time and be like, are you studying? Are you studying? So I'm a procrastinator too. I don't have an answer for you. You know, I just end up like, dropping what I need to do until like the last minute, and then I panic do it and then somehow get through it, I guess, you know. I wish that it was a little bit more like do a little bit here, do a little bit there. It's kind of been what I've been trying to do with this whole year, is just do little things here and there to add up to big change, you know. The question again was, do you usually achieve the goals that you set? Why or why not? I would love to hear from somebody who's like, you know, I feel like I am pretty good at achieving goals and this is how I do it. I'd love to hear that. I don't know if we have anybody in chat that's like that, but if you have, I want to know. I gotta know. Coleman says, I do not achieve my goals super often because I'm lazy or don't have time or get distracted. Same. That sounds a lot like me. I don't think it's lazy, Coleman. For me, especially, I don't think I'd call it lazy. Over the course of the last few years, I've discovered that I probably have ADHD. Now, that's an explanation and not an excuse, but it does help me. It does help me understand how my mind works a little bit more. And there are tools that can be sort of helpful occasionally. I've even considered medication for it, but I don't know if I'm going to do that. I was really impressed with some of what I've seen about Vyvanse. However,
it's Chuck Norris.
It's very
water.
Expensive.
It's a roundhouse kick of hydration.
It's like $300 a month, even with U.S. insurance. Where's my water? Oh, it's all the way over there. Dang. Yeah, even with American insurance, it's still like super expensive. I'm even trying to clear my nose now, and every time I do it, I don't need to. It's amazing. It's amazing. Did I hit buy or BRB? I thought I hit BRB, right? Did I hit the actual leaving screen? Sorry. No, I just wanted to get up over there and didn't want you to objectify me. Let's see. I want to both restart Stardew and try out Diablo 4. Yeah. There's so much to do. There's so much to do. Are you talking about organizing things and I need to do it, but I don't want to. Finding motivation. Lots of house things. There's a lot of stuff around the house I'd also like to do and also lack the desire, the motivation, and the knowledge and the skills to do that. Coleman always wondered if you had a twinge of ADHD. Probably, but I'm not going to diagnose you. But probably. A lot of people who say that, like, you know, oh, so-and-so's just lazy. And when that person hears that, they think, wow, am I just lazy because I just can't get myself to do what I know I should? And it's like, brother, that might not be just laziness. I'm not even so convinced that laziness exists. Like, as a concept, I think there's a lot more going on. I think there's a lot more going on with our minds than we really give it credit. And again, it doesn't mean you don't do anything about that, but I think to just call people lazy, I don't know about that. Clumsy just says, nah, I'm just lazy. I don't know. I'm beginning to rethink the concept of laziness to begin with, because it feels like an elitist thing to say. Like, you don't have what you want in life simply because you're lazy. That's it. No other reason. You're just lazy. And it's like, I don't know. I like to do work. I'm not afraid to do work. I just can't do it. Banj says, I'm good at small goals, but not big goals. But with big goals, not so much. That's a good point. Again, that is kind of why I'm taking this year to sort of chop up different goals into months so that they can be more easily achievable. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So what you probably need to do is, instead of taking a big goal, is chop that big goal up into small little goals that you can achieve that lead you to that big goal. So if your goal is to, like, I don't think this is your case, but if your goal is to lose 100 pounds, that is daunting. That is a thing that, like, very few people actually can achieve. But if your goal is, okay, well, in this month, I'm going to just be net 1 pound. 1 pound. And yes, it's going to take you a long time to get there. But if you can just net yourself smaller little bite-sized goals to get to the bigger goal, that would probably be helpful. Or, okay, I'm going to build a game from the ground up, and having never learned how to code. That's a big goal. But if you squeeze it down a little bit into, like, okay, well, what do I need to know? All right, I need to learn how to code. Well, what's the easiest coding language for me to learn? Let me start there. And then you start chopping that goal up like that. I know I'm probably not telling you anything revolutionary, right? I know you probably heard it all, but I think that's probably right. That's probably right. Old School Quarter says, yes, I do achieve my goal, but I set the bar very, very low, so it feels like a win. My man, that's what we do. That's what we do around here. You're, in a way, tricking your brain into thinking you're getting that little dopamine hit of, like, hey, look, I accomplished something, and that builds your confidence to accomplish something else. I don't see anything wrong with that. Set the bar low, brothers. Let's go. I never thought I had ADHD, but someone suggested I look into it. I ticked every single box in the emotional response section. Yeah. Mine is the inattentive section, where it's just like my brain just processes information so differently. I have to always have something else going on another screen in order to feel engaged in a moment. Otherwise, my mind just starts going a mile a minute, just all over the place. And I've learned how to cope with it. But, could be better. Oh, the shirt. This is one of the ones that I bought when Code gave the donation. I bought the Star Wars one. Have you all seen that one? Hold on. Is this it? No, this is another black t-shirt.
That's not funny, Daddy.
Hey, it's dad joke time. Hold on. Ow. Here's the other one. I like this one. Yeah. Very cool. I just leave them right there now. I heard that's not funny, Daddy. Let me get caught up first here. Blue says, I guess I kind of feel like I achieved something when I finish a leather project. Yeah, that's right. Especially when I look back to my early projects, for sure. Boom, boom. Oh, and a roundhouse kick of hydration. That's why I went to go get this. Sorry about that. I don't think I ever actually drank it. I just went and got it. That's the ADHD. Let's see. Marissa set his bar really low when we met. That can't be right. No, he did. I shoved that bar so high up that he won't ever find someone like me. There you go. Okay, I like that better. You made the bar so high that, like, there's no chance that he's gonna leave. I love that. Let's see. My problem with some big goals is you can't see the little goals to get to the big one. Do you have an example of that one? Setting the bar low helps so much. I would rather there be a low bar and you actually doing something than not doing anything at all. You know what I mean? I'll get the dad joke ready here. Daily dad joke. This is from the Daily Dad Joke app. I used to dopamine tricks to get myself to long distance run. Get those smaller distances along the way and celebrate the little achievements. Yeah. Is this a Christmas song? That is definitely a Christmas song. Anyway, hmm. Okay, this is a good one. Hold, please. All right, so dad joke of the day. What brand of underwear do scientists wear? This fits in with what we've been talking about. Maybe Ambs knows this one. What brand of underwear do scientists wear? I want to see if Ambs can guess this one. Can you guess this one, Ambs? What brand of underwear do scientists wear? You can't? Well, it's Calvin Klein. Oh, sorry, Calvin Klein. I messed it up. Dang it. It's Calvin Klein.
That's not funny, Daddy.
Yeah. Kelvin, Kelvin. I messed it up by just saying Calvin Klein. You know, scientists and their Calvin Klein. Yeah, you get it? Okay, good. Mercer plays Minecraft. He knows the value of a good... I get that one too. All right. We're gonna watch the TikTok here. We're gonna watch the TikTok that Lars sent in. So let me get that queued up here. And into the proper screen. Here we go. All right. And do we have volume up? We have volume up. All right. Let's watch this real quick.
Okay, so it's day 1 of our 20-day declutter today. So we're starting it out easy with old magazines, birthday cards, and instruction manuals. And you guys begged me for this, so we're going to go over the clutter questions. Number 1 is, when's the last time you touched or used this item and when you're going to plan to use it? If the answers are, I don't know, I can't remember, over a year ago, get rid of it. Number 2, ask yourself, do I even like this item, or am I hanging on to it because I think I can sell, donate it, or give it away? Now, this one's the most important one, because if you're struggling, please know that your mental health is more important than any donation, sale, or gift to a friend. Chances are you won't remember to take the photo, post the sale, bring to the donation drop-off, or give it away anyways. And if it will bring you mental peace, let go of that underlying guilt and just get rid of it. I'm serious. Just get
That's powerful.
rid of it. It will help your mental health. Number 3 is, say you don't have that item anymore. If you were to go out shopping today and see it on sale, would you buy it? If the answer is no or depends on the sale, get rid of it. Number 4, what kind of condition is it in? Is it damaged, broken, worth keeping? If it's not in using, working condition, missing a piece, stained or ripped, whatever, get rid of it. And finally, if you were moving, downsizing, and had to pack everything today, would this item make the cut? If the answer is no, you know what to do.
I like that, move to trash.
No, they're totally free, and they are officially up over on that site.
Interesting. Okay, that's really good. That's real. I actually really need this, to be completely honest with you. I need this because one of my biggest things, we'll talk more about this as we get further into April, is just like, there is some guilt around decluttering. There's some items I have in this closet that I'm like, ooh, I could sell that. And it's like, but I haven't. And I still think there's some things I should try, but if it's like, sometimes you just need to get rid of stuff. There's also the underlying facet of feeling like our culture is very throwaway-y. Like, we're very wasteful with a lot of things. Food, with plastics, with just all sorts of things. So there's this underlying guilt of like, well, you know, I can't get rid of that because that would be wasteful, you know, even though like you haven't used it in forever. So you got to weigh these things and kind of make a call based on that. But that's going to be super helpful. I'm going to come back to that. Let's continue that conversation. That's a really great TikTok though. Let's continue that conversation as we go into April, because I'm going to need it for this closet back here and for my attic. My attic upstairs is just full of stuff I haven't touched in forever. Obviously, you got like Christmas decorations and stuff, but I have some stuff up there that's like I'm just storing and I haven't even touched. So, yeah. Drop the IG link in Discord, definitely. I still remember how much my sister calling some of my hard declutters trash, and then realizing it was indeed trash. Yeah. I mean, I have so many. So something that they said in there, boxes. I have so many boxes for devices like the Stream Deck, the Go XLR, this keyboard. There's all boxes in here. Do I need those? I always think like if I move, I can just put these items inside that box and use it to move. I'm probably not moving for a while. Unless I get lucky and Lego comes a ringing. I'm probably not moving for the foreseeable future. So, like, do I really need them? Are they just taking up valuable space that I could be storing more Lego? That's the question. So this is going to be exciting. I think April is going to be a really exciting month. We're all going to declutter our lives, get rid of things that don't serve us anymore. Try not to be as wasteful as you can, but also know at the end of the day, it is still being wasted in your closet. So, is my keyboard fragile enough that it needs its own special box? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know. Where was I? We were talking a little bit about goals and whatnot. Let me talk a little personally about that subject real quick. So I've said it time and time again, but I'm not great at achieving goals, and I do think it's about the way that I set goals. The first month of this year was January. In case you didn't know, it was January. But we did Yoga January, right? And I set out to be like, I'm going to do 30 days of uninterrupted yoga every day. What did I do? I forgot. Like the first weekend on like Saturday, I just like, cause I'm just out of my loop, right? I'm out of the systems that I've set up in my day to like remind me to do things. That's why I'm 99% sure I have ADHD, but because when I have my systems in place, everything can run. But the moment my system isn't there, things kind of fall apart. So I set that goal to be like 30 uninterrupted days of yoga, and I missed like a few days, right? A few days. In my mind, and the way I feel about it even right now, Yoga January was a failure. It didn't work. I did not achieve my goal in January. Now, what does that mean, though? Does that mean that, like, I didn't do anything good in January? That the 27 days, 28 days of yoga that I did do are somehow now just a wash, that they don't matter? Not really, right? I mean, I still did it. I still did some. So, is not achieving your goal always the worst thing? I don't think so. I think if you set an unrealistic goal, or if you set a goal that really what my goal should have been is just you need to move more. You need to do more yoga. You need to try to do it each morning before you start work, but not try to track a streak. Whenever I try to track a streak, that's when I get in trouble. I'm like, I'm going to go X amount of days uninterrupted, and then I inevitably fail because of course I'm going to, and I haven't built in any like way for me to maneuver my head around that into where it doesn't feel like failure. I haven't built anything in like that into the goal, so then I just fail and I just stop. So yeah, like I think I don't achieve my goals very often because I don't think I understand how to make a good goal. I think that's really what it comes down to. That I set the bar far too high, and we should all be setting the bar far lower. We should be giving ourselves a lot more grace than we have been. We're way too hard on ourselves. We keep on saying that we're lazy, and we're really not. We're just probably dopamine deficient and probably have ADHD and probably a whole lot of other stuff going on in our minds, depression, anxiety, all of this stuff, that maybe we need to be more gracious to ourselves and set our bar just a little bit lower so that we can get that sense of I set a goal and I achieved it. I don't care how low the bar is. I don't care if it's on the floor. You still set it. You still achieved it. I don't care. I don't care if your goal is I need to eat when I'm hungry every day and you achieve that. That's a win, right? Smart goals, like Banj says, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. Smart goals also trigger me, AMS, from work. It does. Yeah, I agree with it, but like my job in particular, like loves that acronym. Like every year you need to be setting your intentions about what you want to do for the year. They need to be smart, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. And you know what? Sometimes my goal for my work is to clock in and earn a paycheck and do what I'm told with a somewhat good attitude, right? And then clock out and live my life. I think that's a specific goal. I think that's definitely measurable. It's very achievable. It's very realistic and timely. Yeah. I think that's the smartest goal of all. I'm not saying like be a slacker at work and don't give them what you owe them. But don't give them more than what you owe them either, right? I went through a rah-rah phase. I had my phase when I was a little bit younger where I was like, I'm going to be the best worker ever. I'm going to give it 110%. I'm going to go the distance. I'm going to be the favorite employee. And it kind of works. You know what it does though? It just gets you more work. It's kind of what it did for me. It just put me in a position where I was like completely overwhelmed with what I was doing and I had to just hit the abort button quick because that's about where it got me. Granted, yeah, sure, I make a little bit more money. I would like to be a little bit more comfortable than I am now, but it just got me more stress. So anyway, I don't disagree with that, Banj. I just think a lot of us have that corporate thing drilled into our heads of like, you need to set goals. Well, what are goals? Well, goals are above and beyond what you're currently doing in your job. And it's like, no. I'm not about that anymore. I do my job. That's it. You had to have SMART goals for teaching. Yeah. Good attitude optional. I mean, it is optional, but I feel like it's good for my mental health to have a good attitude sometimes. Sometimes. That is my problem as a teacher. I'm only supposed to be part-time, but I'm answering emails all hours of the day because I feel bad. Yeah. There's some folks in my current role who work way too long, way too late in the night, way too early in the morning. And I'm just like, no, man, when I clock out, I clock out. I'm done. I'm not checking. I'm not doing anything. If that's a problem, then I'm not in the right role. But luckily, I'm not in the same roles as these people. They have other responsibilities, and nor would I think I want to be in those roles because I just don't want that. I don't want that in my life. Yeah, you set a permanent auto reply saying you'll reply during work hours. I like that. You set expectations, you get your time back. Agreed. And if that ever becomes a problem with my current employer, well, then I'm going to look for a different job. Sorry. But so far, we've been good. And that gets me back into the fact that like I think I'm going to be off at 4 o'clock going forward. Because I set that expectation and they were like, yeah, that's cool. I was like, hey, so, I know I've been working till 5. I've been covering as backup for this thing. But that person is back. I'll still be that person's backup if they ever want to have an early day or if they're off. I'll definitely stay till 5. But in general, I think I'm going to leave at 4. And you know what? They were just like, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. We'll let you know if we need you beyond that, but that's fine. I was like, oh, okay. And when I'm done, this computer gets locked. It's right here. This is my work laptop right here. It gets locked. I don't shut it down. I probably should, but it gets locked. It gets put into sleep mode. All my inputs get changed over to my other PC, and I don't open it until work time. Which, speaking of work time, it is time. Today is Good Friday. Do you get holiday pay? No, because I don't think it's a nationally, it's not like a bank holiday or anything, right? But today is Good Friday. Yeah, and yesterday was Maundy Thursday. Happy Good Friday, everybody, if that's something that you celebrate. Okay. That's going to do it. I don't really have like a big outro or anything, but I feel like that was pretty good. I know I probably don't have a really big like takeaway from this other than we all struggle with our goals, and set that goal to the ground if you have to in order to actually achieve it. I'm going to try to do that myself as well. Okay. I'm going to try to. It is here. Everything is closed Friday to Monday, and many places from Thursday to Tuesday. Wow. Yeah, they take it seriously there. Is there a big Catholic population there? I would imagine probably in Europe there is a big Catholic influence. I'm getting better at stopping working. I hope you are. Thank you for the stream. I'm excited for tomorrow also to talk more about goals, to be honest. I'm a bit distracted today. That's understandable. That's fine. Lutheran. Okay. Well, Lutheran is I would say a distant cousin to Catholicism, right? One of these days we're going to talk a little bit more about religion. I don't know if I'm ready to do it yet. I'm still in a very interesting phase in my life. Let's call it that. Yeah, very interesting phase of my life where I am open to things. You know, we'll see. Okay, everybody, that's gonna do it for me. Including I just stubbed my toe on some metal chair wheels, so I can feel that. Stubbing your toe is like the worst. That's the worst. I have to do my food shop tomorrow as everything is closed Easter Sunday. It's really annoying for my OCD arse. Yeah, I can see that. Oops. Loot Smitgoots, not Loot Mitgoots. Several toes. I feel it. I'm so sorry for that. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you immensely. Like, seriously, I absolutely love these. This was a great time, and I appreciate you all being here. Continue the conversation in Discord if you'd like, or we'll continue it on the next stream. I'll see you tomorrow morning for Path of the Jedi in Minecraft. It's going to be great fun, and I hope you'll join me. And we should get a lot of time in it. So we'll be going for probably about 3-ish hours on Saturday morning. Same time, 6:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Have a great Friday. Bye. Steam, I'm so sorry. You missed it. Bye. Come tomorrow, okay? All right.